everybody. Welcome to Absolutely Obscure with Josh and Rory. I'm Rory.
I'm Josh.
This is a podcast where we talk about movies you've never heard of. And today we are diving into the Israel-Palestine conflict. Oh, boy.
I will say I'm so happy with the fact that Palestine came up in the description. I was like, fuck me. And thankfully it does not play too much into our story.
Yeah, I will say this was a pretty it's an adventure movie, and so it doesn't actually have to do with the conflict at all.
Yeah.
And what little it does, I'd say it does a pretty good job in portraying everyone with a pretty lightly.
Mm-hmm.
The Brits are the villain, which I think is a fair
We can all get on board with that. That's the world villain. We know this.
So today we are talking about The Seventh Coin from 1993. This was from director, Dror Sorith. Dror. His name is Dror.
That's awesome. What a name.
This has a 4.7 on IMDb with 268 votes. And 74 people have seen this on Letterboxd. This movie, the main person that everyone will know from the movie is Peter O'Toole.
Yeah.
Who is playing our villain Saber, and he is fucking killing it.
Oh my God. Love seeing Peter O'Toole show up in the podcast. Crazy.
He did a lot of movies that would qualify for this podcast or later in his life.
Uh-huh.
But he's so good he's giving it a good
Oh man,
absolutely.
If you would have told me showed me a picture of what he looked like in this movie and been like, he's gonna be the villain chasing people on the rooftops of Jerusalem, I would have been like, that's gonna be so hokey and shit. And it was awesome.
He's like actually threatening in this movie.
It's great.
Yeah, like if this movie had like a little bit more of a budget so that you wouldn't like see the strings, or maybe like an actor could sell that they're being killed, it would have really worked well. Then we also have Alexandra Powers as Ronnie, our main protagonist, along with oh dang, I apologize. My autocorrect changed his name to Having, but I believe it was Haver Chaudhry as Salim.
Yeah.
And he is our main Palestinian kid.
Yeah.
And I will say, goddamn, are those two have great chemistry and are really sexy together at times.
What a love story I didn't think I would be rooting for, but yes, these two, great stuff.
We also have John Rhys Davies as Captain Galil having the fucking time of his life.
I did love Gimli showing back up in the pod. That's great.
Yeah, we haven't done him before.
Oh, who am I mixing up with? Who was in the conclave?
Brian Blessing.
I'm totally mixing them up. Yes.
Don't worry. I literally had the exact same thought, and then I said to myself, no, that wasn't Jonathan Rhys Davies. That was Brian Blessing.
That's so funny.
They look exactly the same.
All day I've been like, second Gimli movie. That's great.
And then the final person of our cast who really matters was Ali Walker as Lisa. And she mostly matters because the credits have introducing Ali Walker, which good for her.
Yeah. Well, she was probably going to be a big TV star the next year or something like that.
What is she a big TV star? What was she in?
It depends if you think The Profiler was a hit TV show or not, Rory.
I gotta be honest, I saw that in her filmography and was just like, is this about pedophile? What is this about?
I think it was an early concept of basically what Criminal Minds would become, where it was a crime would happen and then she would make a profile of the criminal and find out that way. Also, I've never watched a second of it, so I could be totally wrong on that.
Okay.
I absolutely have no clue.
The Seventh Coin. I think this might be one of the best movies we've done so far.
It was pretty good. I was very really intrigued.
It's very fun. I think, like, again, I've kind of mentioned the budget thing in terms of like the PR O'Toole. I think if it did get a bigger budget, it would also like maybe they'd be able to up the stakes a little bit more. Because I think that it drags a little at times, but honestly, the acting is great. I think the romance is fantastic. And yeah, again, Peter O'Toole killing everyone in this cast is doing a great job.
Also, and the sad thing too is like with the bigger budget just comes all of this really needed was a like a push, like a media about it, like that marketing would have done this movie's wonder. It was great. I loved it.
I think that the one other thing is it is a little tonally confused because it does feel a little bit like a movie you might catch on like Disney or something.
Yeah.
But also they do have people swearing within like the first 5 minutes, and I legitimately was surprised. I'm just like, oh, like we're getting fucks in the first 5 minutes, and there is like some nudity at the end too. It's not like sexualized nudity. It's like at a bathhouse, but it still felt a little.
It was kind of put up for yucks a little bit, which was fun.
Yes, yeah, and like I'm not against all those things. It kind of is the PG-13.
Yeah, we're pro nudity on this podcast. In case anyone wanted to know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I know you guys are a little shocked. But no, I think that this movie is one that people might like. It's not perfect. It's not, but like this is a great movie for. I could imagine seeing this at 13, 14 years old and really enjoying it.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fun. It was like, it was kind of, I think, maybe its biggest thing for me was it was a little bit like it very cleanly and neatly got from point A to point B. There wasn't as much turmoil in every way, but that's fine. There's worse things that a movie can do than that.
Exactly. One of my notes is, I'm not confused watching this movie. That's weird. That's new.
That is different for us. Yes. This one was
usually
very
I don't
easy.
know what's going on.
It was super easy to follow, which was great.
Yeah, so maybe a little simplistic, but still, if you're listening to this and you're wondering, I would say watch this before listening to so basically we're introduced to Ronnie, and she's there with her hot American friend. I was a little confused about the ages. I wasn't sure how old they were all supposed to be.
Yeah, I guess they kind of avoided that, hey? Because it was high school or college age, something like that.
Yeah, they're like right on the cusp. I would say probably like 19 years old. I would put it like that for both our leads, mostly because at one point it gets really steamy. We don't see any nudity, but I'm gonna be like, just to play it safe, they were 19. But she's there with like a tour group and her friend. I really liked this tour guide because she was having fun with the role and also completely no nonsense.
Yeah, I did
at one point she's just like,
sorry, we probably have the same line, so go for it.
Oh, the don't talk to anyone, don't do anything, have fun.
Yes, that's easily line of the movie. Oh, so funny.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah, and her delivery on it was awesome.
Yeah. So while they're out at like a random market, and we see Salim go and steals an old woman's purse and he runs away very quickly. And I did find it funny that he'd like run one block and then the streets would be completely empty compared to them being packed immediately. It changes back and forth super quickly.
And we see him just empties
go through this purse and he's like, so Salim, he steals this purse, he goes, he empties it out, he gets a little bit of money, and he tosses out a window. I do like how it's it's very quick for him. He
he
doesn't have
does
like a concern really. And it lands at the feet of Peter O'Toole, who looks up at him in disdain.
Which
Ooh,
I gotta say, this is like, I was already like, what a character introduction. Like, just the look that he shoots this kid, and even he's like, like, this man, I have no idea. It chilled me to my bones, you know?
Absolutely. And then we see Peter O'Toole, Saber, he goes up to somebody's house, he knocks on the door, and the old man answers. He's like, oh, he lies to get in, but then he reveals himself kind of immediately, and it turns out that he was in charge of like an archaeological dig. Like, I guess it would have been 30 years ago in the movie's timeline, in the 60s. And he thought he had found the 7th coin, but turns out it was a forgery.
Right.
And he finds that out because the guy who forged it published a book after he died, being like, oh yeah, by the way, I forged all these things. Fuck you.
And he after like he's like, who else would know about this coin? And he's like, oh, just the guy that I dug it up with at the site. And he does the old piano wire strangle to death, which was awesome.
Yes. Yeah. And I did like this because there's also a moment in this scene where when he reveals himself as Saber, the guy like starts trembling.
Yeah.
And it's actually was like a really good moment of like
the
selling.
Actor was great. Yeah.
And I guess he was just somebody who helped. He was like, oh no, I didn't know it was a fake. I didn't know it was a fake kind of thing, but doesn't save him.
No.
Is this also when we meet our goons? I loved the 2 goons in this movie.
We maybe do. I don't remember if I wrote them down right out of the gate or not.
Eye
Patch and Baldy, I guess. I don't know what we want to call them.
I mean, Eye Patch was also. We'll go with Eye Patch and Baldy. I think they were both bald, but Eye Patch really got me.
You're never gonna mistake him for anyone else.
No. Every goon needs that one thing that sets them apart, and I was glad they went with Eye Patch.
Yeah, it was good. I love that Salim is now in like the market. He's like gambling.
Yes, this was a fun scene.
Yeah. And I don't think does he win a little bit? Maybe because then he goes immediately to the store and like buy some stuff, right?
No, he loses everything, and then he goes to the store, and he goes there and he tries picking up the American woman who's at the counter.
Yes,
and because he's just like, give me that candy, give me that gum. Right. He's trying to act all cool. He's like, give me cigarettes. Oh no, give me a Marlboro. I'm a cowboy.
A cowboy like John Wayne. Yeah. And she's a officer who is like trying to basically be like, hey, this bodega, you're not allowed to have gambling here. And he's like, gambling? What gambling? Have you been gambling? And he's like, no. And it's
Allah forbids gambling.
Yeah.
But he did lose all the money because then he asked for the medicine for his grandfather,
right?
But he doesn't have anything to pay him with. He's just like, oh, I'll get you back later. Kind of thing.
And then I like he immediately goes back to the market where he robbed that lady of her purse and does it again to the like.
And it's been It's been such a short period of time that the exact same people are still there.
You're like, damn it, he did it again. It's great. And he stole it off the friend, but it's what's her name?
Ronnie.
Ronnie? Yeah, it's Ronnie's camera bag that all of her belongings are in.
I do love the name Ronnie. Ronnie feels like the most stereotypical 90s girl protagonist name to me.
It's great. When it's short for Veronica, I love it.
But yeah, he steals it, and it doesn't have any money in it, but it does have her passport in it. So she kind of needs that back. I do like how he goes up on this really weird set area. I don't know what it's supposed to be, like a roof or something.
Yeah, with all those like little circles.
It looks like a climbing wall had fallen down, and he's just in the middle of that.
No, that was a very cool. I don't know where that is in Jerusalem, but it was awesome. And
it made me think that it was somewhere imported in Jerusalem that we just don't know about.
I literally was like, I don't think this movie should be filming in this area. It seems, not that I'm a spiritual person, but it feels pretty holy. I don't know.
But yes, so he goes, he tries to, he looks, there's nothing in there, but he keeps the camera bag and he goes to his grandpa's house.
Yeah.
And his grandpa tells him, he's like, I wouldn't have eaten anything that you buy for me with stolen money anyways, kind of thing. His grandpa's, he only gets like a few scenes, but it's very much implied that he's a pretty good person.
Yes.
Yeah. And then let me just show you. We do cut back to we finally meet Jonathan Rhys Davies.
Yeah.
It's revealed that he's Ali Walker, Lisa's uncle.
Yeah, uncle.
Or at least she keeps calling him uncle.
Yeah, and he's like the police commissioner equivalent of whatever they have. And then I love when she calls him uncle, he's like, "Oh, you got to be quiet. I don't want everyone to think I'm hiring family members." And then like 2 seconds later, his son comes up and is like, "Hey, Dad," and he's like, "Shh," or he says, "Pop," and he's like, "Don't call me Pop" in the office. Like, it's so great. I love that little 1-2. That was fun.
Yeah, he's so stressed out in this office too. He's constantly just like, just do your jobs, please.
Well, right.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, he wants her basically to just do like beat cop stuff, and she wants to do more than that, like solve cases and be a real detective.
Yeah. I messed up the timeline a little bit here because I can't remember exactly when, but we see that Saber goes to the grandpa's house. And it turns out that the grandfather was the digger on the site.
Right.
So he goes there to try and find the coin. I think this is also where we meet our goons.
Yeah, that could be, yeah.
Yeah. And this was and again, any scene with Peter O'Toole where he's just being menacing works really well. And but the goons beat the old man and then they leave. They're just like, we're going to come back in like tonight. You better have the coin for us. And I did find it weird because the old man, he crawls over to like a hidden place in the wall. He takes the coin and he hides it in the camera purse. I'm just like, I feel like where it was a much better hiding space.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, there was, I think this is why we maybe got mixed up because the girl, when she's at Allie, when she's at the police station, she overhears about the murder of the first guy. And then so she's like, "Oh,
okay,
a fancy murder, right?"
Yeah, that's it.
That's why because it is the same. It's very similar, but yeah. So she's like, "Okay, a murder. I want to go get in on that." So she goes to the first scene, and while she's kind of, it's also funny because she's trying to sneak around, and she like smashes a fucking vase in the middle of this crime scene, and
it's funny because she sneaks into it wearing like a sheet. She goes into it like a ghost on
trying
Halloween.
To be undercover and is the most obvious person you've ever seen in your life. And
it's the middle of the day.
And she was so disguised that I was like, what character is this? I had no idea. And so she finds the forged coin, the forgery coin. And so she and then so she like kind of thinks that has something to do with it, right? Or she is on the case, I guess, about that.
Yeah.
There was another scene in here that I liked
I think that
is the Ronnie. She is trying to find her her stuff that Salim took, and she just like looks out into the landscape and is like, there he is. And he just sees this pickpocket running around town and goes and gets him. And I think this is a scene where they're in that.
I like
weird,
how she's able.
Weird, like globy spot.
Yes. Yeah, the rock wall.
Yeah.
That there's a few scenes that happen there. I think I'm getting confused because they do reuse sets somewhat often.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so she confronts him. I do like how she is able to find him, and we see her do various stuff throughout, and she's just always just like learned it in Girl Scouts.
Yeah, because she's
just explains.
kind of kicking the shit out of him at one point, which is awesome.
Yeah, they get into like a physical tussle, but it's also that kind of like fighting, but they're falling in love, and it's kind of fighting, but they also kind of looks like they're about to have sex.
Yeah, they're doing like
which made me be like, wait, is this movie much hornier than I thought it was? And it is.
Yeah, it really is.
But yeah, so they tussle, and then he agrees, okay, I'll give you back your stuff. But you have to give me $100. Let's meet back here later tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Then we see her lasso herself into her room, which I loved because she's like locked out of the hotel. So instead of doing anything about that, she gets a rope from somewhere and lassos the bed frame in her room and like pulls herself off.
Well, especially the way this scene showed itself, because you just see her friend listening to like a Walkman or whatever. And then you just see a rope attempting to hook on to something, and she's oblivious to it. And then, I'm like, what is going on? And yeah, she's just like, oh, that old lasso yourself through a window trick that I learned in the Girl Scouts.
In Girl Scouts, everything Girl Scouts. In my head canon, she doesn't go to Girl Scouts. She just grew up on like an extremist farm and where they taught her everything.
Yeah, totally.
They just called it Girl Scouts.
And yeah, I love because the friend is like, hey, I covered for you because you left the like whatever the group outing, and she's like, hey, can I have $100? I want to go get my stuff back. And she gives it to her, and she immediately just leaves out of the window again.
Yes. Out the window again, yeah. So the grandfather got beat up. He hid the coin in the purse. And then he dies. And Salim gets home, and there's a lot of people around his place.
Yeah.
And an ambulance is there, and he sees the body of his grandfather get pulled out.
Yeah.
And it's a sad scene.
It is really sad.
He freaks out.
He also
he's a very good actor.
Yeah. This kid was good. The cop meanwhile like goes to like an authenticator person and asks about the forged coin.
Yes.
And so he tells her
this was a great scene.
Yeah, because it's funny because she even drops like the name of the first guy that he murdered. And it's like, do you know this guy? And he's like, oh boy, you are in a world of trouble if you're asking about this.
Yeah,
because we find out that like the 6 people who own these other coins have all been killed, and no one knows what happened to any of the coins.
I have, because this is just like a lore dump of like, why are these coins important? So I actually have it written down here because it was clearly laid out.
Yeah, lay it
so
on
basically, us. King Herod made these coins. He only made 7 coins because Jews do not, at that time, did not make replicas of their face. So they are very expensive and valuable because there's only 7 of them, and they are the only coins with faces on them from that time period. But then they also say something about how Saber thinks that he is Herod reborn, and it could make him above God. I'm just like, oh, that's weird. And then that's never brought up again. There's no supernatural thing in this at all.
That's awesome. I don't even remember that line, but I love it.
I also liked how this jewelry guy was just like they were like, we should have like a black New York guy in this movie.
He was an awesome character. I really loved him.
Yeah, he was kind of creepy but very charming. It was fun. But yeah, we finally get our lore dump of what these coins mean, and she's like, okay, I guess I have to find who faked this coin. And he also tells her that Saber was the one who led the dig before.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
The other thing too is when Peter O'Toole is at the grandpa's house, before he's able to stash the coin, he finds the girl's passport and is basically like, hey, the coin, what did you give the coin to this girl? And she's gonna smuggle it to America. So now Ronnie is very much in the crosshairs of Saber.
Yes. So at this point, Salim just decides, well, I might as well still go return her stuff to her. Because I guess he's like, well, what else am I going to do? My grandpa's dead. I need this money. So they go to the meeting place of the rock wall, and they get ambushed by the goons.
Yeah, they're after both of them.
And now they were enemies, but now they teamed up. So they hide in like a sewer system for the night, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's we get a little bit of like, they don't want to talk to each other. They're very mad at each other because they think each of them thinks that the goons are after the other one, kind of thing.
Right. And the other thing too that I kind of like, this is where kind of the his life and being difficult comes up a little bit, because she's like, oh, like you couldn't even make it in America, it's so tough there. And he's like, tough there?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not inside by curfew, I'll be like put in jail.
Yes. Yeah. It just touches on that a little bit, which is it's good that they mentioned it at least.
Definitely. I also, there was a little moment in here that I liked where where the cop, she's talking to her idiot cop brother, because she's basically I forget how she got, I think she got the name of the grandpa, and so she's like now, oh yeah, she found that old news story, so she found the people on the dig site, and so she's like, now how do we find this guy? And her idiot brother cop is like, the phone book? And she's like, yes. Like, it was a very funny little scene, I thought. I like these cops.
Yeah, and then they go to his place, but he's already been killed at this point. So they go, and I think it was her cousin, not her brother.
Yeah, sorry, you're right, cousin. Yeah.
But I do like how he's there, and he's supposed to be watching it, but he's obviously very bad at his job. He's just a nepo baby.
Yeah.
And he's like just giving her, being like, well, he was probably, we think he was part of the Palestinian resistance. And she's looking and she sees the imprint of the coin. And she's like, that's
already way ahead of them on the investigation. I love it.
Immediately. And I like how he's dumb for just assuming, oh, well, he obviously was this.
Yeah.
Then they kind of wait a while. Ronnie falls asleep in the sewer system. Salim stays awake, and then a couple hours pass. He kind of wakes up. He's like, I think we're good to go now. And they kind of part ways on we're not friends, but we're not enemies anymore, kind of thing.
They say goodbye.
And then immediately, immediately she starts crossing the street, and the eye patch goon is there, and they're just like, oh, god damn it.
I love how quickly it turned back into that.
And so she starts running away, and Salim saves her again, and then puts her on like a cart, and he starts running after the goons with the cart to scare them away.
This running down with like almost like a rickshaw type cart where the handles and just two wheels. I thought they were going to die. This thing was going down those stairs fast, and
it was going down so fast, and it was like he was not controlling it very well.
He was along for the ride. Only I think driven through the point where they just fucking eat shit at the end of this. And just have to kind of get up and keep I guess she uses her handy rope trick to get out of the way again.
I actually really like that, because I'm just like, they set up that she's good at lassoing, so it works. Now she has a way of escaping this corner.
I like how she just throws it up there.
So
and he's like, kind of like, what the hell? And she's like, you've never seen a lasso before? And he's like, and like just climbs to the top, and they get free. It's pretty great. And I also like they leave it there. And the first goon kind of like just gently. I was hoping he'd do the like comical, try and put all his weight on, and they would fall. But he was too. Eye patch was too smart, and he gave it a tug, and it fell down on him.
And then so they escape. They're on like the roofs of Jerusalem now, and they run away. And they spend the night talking and trying to figure out what's happening, and basically they still don't know why they're being chased.
Right.
is the big thing. But they kind of like have conversations. I liked how she explained to him what a date was
Oh,
because
it
he
was
didn't
so
know.
adorable. And it was kind of great
It,
because, like, yeah, he was kind of like, didn't understand just because obviously his life's been full of way other bigger issues. Like, he hasn't had time to fixate on girls. And yeah, her just being like,
yeah,
well, yeah, usually he's like, a guy and a girl will hang out. And he's like, oh, so we're on a date right now. And she's like, no, 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 no. And he's like, but we're a guy and a girl hanging out. And she's like, yeah. And then she brings up, she's like, well, usually the guy pays, and because he has
mhm,
$100 from her, and yeah, she
yeah.
keeps going on about it. And I think that she also, is it later that she explains like the ending of dates, or is it all right now?
It's kind of a bit later that she explains. Oh, usually they like he takes her home and then he gives her a kiss, kind of
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
and it's very sweet.
it
And
was
again,
really
they
sweet.
do have really good chemistry, so it works really well. And then they spend it's a really beautiful set that they spend like the night on
Yeah,
of like this tower overlooking the city kind of thing.
yeah, it was
Uh
really nice. And meanwhile, the henchmen have crawled back to save her, to be like, boss, this girl has expert Girl Scout knowledge and climbed
yeah,
away. We had absolutely no idea of knowing this. And he's like, guess what? I'm gonna fucking murder both of you right now. Yeah, intense
kills
stuff.
them both without hesitation, which
Yeah.
is so crazy.
Well, what I did like was there's slight hesitation because he starts strangling the one, and then the other guy
Yeah.
is like, "No, no, boss, I promise, we'll get it first thing in the morning." And he stops strangling, and he's like, "First thing in the morning," you say, pulls out a gun and shoots both of them. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Made
Yeah.
a great
And
movie
also
villain on this Peter O'Toole. Loved it.
it honestly was unexpected for me because how often do you see him kill a villain kill both his entire manpower?
Well, and like you said, like I think like we touched on, like Peter O'Toole, he's not a young spry man in this. I didn't think it wasn't like, well, Peter O'Toole's not going to be chasing these kids through the streets of Jerusalem, And yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
does.
absolutely. So on the rooftop, he gives her the $100. He's
Yeah,
like the guy always usually
usually
pays.
pays. Yeah.
Do they kiss here or do they
I
kiss
don't
later
have
on?
kissing yet. I think it's a little bit later.
Yeah, I think it's a little later on because then in the morning he goes to a butcher that he like runs chores for. He has like various people he does small gigs for,
Yeah,
and he goes there and he's like, "Hey, can you get me out of the city?" And the butcher's just like, yeah, it'll be this afternoon. Just go wait upstairs," kind of thing.
yeah,
And this is where they kiss,
yes,
because there's like this big leak, and she knows how to fix it, so they fix it,
yeah,
and then they start making out quite passionately.
yeah. Intense. Way to go
Uh,
from
and
like
then
first to third base right out of the gate, Salim. That's awesome.
yeah, and it was yeah, because he starts undoing her shirt and like kissing on her chest. I was just like, holy shit, how and like it's quite steamy
Yeah,
actually. I
yeah,
was
yeah.
just like, how far is this gonna go?
Yeah.
And but of course they're interrupted. Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
Can't even watch these two people fucking my
Right.
movie on YouTube for free.
What does the world come to if this is what we can't do?
While that's happening, Peter O'Toole goes, and I don't know how he knew this guy, but he goes to like the store clerk
Yeah.
that Salim was gambling at earlier.
Right. Well, and I think I think he's almost just guessing that this is what this kid does for money because he goes to one place and is like, "Hey, you got a little guy that runs around for you," and
right,
he's like,
yeah,
and he's like almost because he's like, "Oh yeah, I got to buy a lot of meat for a party," and then he's like, "Okay, well yeah, I'll have it delivered," and he's like, "Right, what's the kid's name that you used to deliver?" And he's like, "No, no kid, I deliver," and he like walks out and he's pissed, and then he goes to the shop,
yes,
and he like, I think he just figures he must be doing something for day-to-day money.
yeah. He knows because again did spend a lot of time here, so he does know the culture enough to know how these people work generally.
Yes. And
so he does find them, track them down, by basically being like, "Oh, my wife is throwing a party. I need to buy all these stuff." So
I guess we did.
The butcher goes up.
We did kind of miss out. I think it was the rooftop night that Celine. Did we mention that he found the coin? And so and so she's kind of like, "Oh, what's this?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, this is a crazy coin. I don't know what this is, but my grandpa told me about a coin a long time ago." And he like puts two and two together, and he's like, "Holy shit, my grandpa saved," because he basically told him the story about how he didn't want this coin to fall in the hands of a very bad man. And he's like, "Oh shit, my grandpa." He realizes now, he's like, "This guy killed my grandpa, or those goons did, or whatever.
Yes.
My grandpa died to save this secret. I can't let it get into the wrong hands," basically, right?
Yes. Yeah. We did. That was during the rooftop scene, definitely. It's funny that we're just ignoring the main plot of this movie to be like, these teens are sexy as fuck.
Hell yeah, let's get them naked on each other.
But yeah, they're making out, and they're interrupted by the butcher, who comes upstairs just like, "What are you doing in my house?" And Celine's just like, "You're blind, god damn it."
"Oh, I can't wait to deliver this meat. And I guess I'll deliver you meat
that's
later."
What I want to do. I wanted to deliver your meat. Yeah, so the butcher's like, "Hey, we got a big order. Can you come help it down?" And it turns out it's Peter O'Toole, who reveals himself being like, "I want that coin."
Oh, so creepy. His real, because Salim is like, he has his back to him, and he's like, "Oh, you're having a big party?" And he's like, Yep, big party. Going to, I was going to celebrate finding this coin that I'm looking for." And like Salim's body language is like, "Oh, fuck." He has never been in this situation before, right? So he's easy, gives it away. And he just pulls the gun on him and is like, "I'm gonna fucking murder you if you don't give me that coin." Which she hears, and she comes down the stairs, and she's like, "I have the coin." I guess there is one little thing that we missed earlier. It kind of comes into play now. Is when they're rooftop making like friends, he teaches her how to pickpocket a little bit, like how to do the "Hey, look over here at this hand." And but he's like, "You always want to be looking at their eyes. If someone's ever, that's how you can trick someone." And so she is like, "Here, I got the coin," and she's doing that in this scene to the point where Salim knows what she's doing, and they use it as a trick to get out of there, which was awesome, I thought.
Yes. Yeah, and that was a very nice romantic scene of him teaching her pickpocketing too that we missed.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. They're gonna fuck so hard after this movie's done. So basically this part of the movie might be it's good to see Peter O'Toole chasing them, and that's exciting.
It's a long chase scene.
It does feel it's kind of just like it's a long chase scene and not much else happens.
Highlights are Peter O'Toole is randomly on a chariot driving through the crowded streets of Jerusalem, just firing bullets into the crowd. It was insane.
It was awesome. I loved it. Just all the one horse chariot, one gun, just shooting. Intense look on his face.
I know this happened earlier, but they get away and they're running because I like to have a rooftop. They have to jump across this little rooftop, and then Peter O'Toole gets there and just sees like a plank of wood and it's like, "Oh, I'll use that. Thank you very much," and like walks across. And they do eventually get away, but then he randomly goes to like one of those like skyline tourism like binocular things that are standing up, and he just points it in the direction where they are. Like, I have no idea how he was like, "I think they'll be over here," and nailed it. Okay, I'm gonna head that way.
One thing we learned from this movie: it's very easy to find people in Jerusalem with binoculars.
It does happen quite often. Yeah. He's shooting at them, and he fucking nails Salim. Did that happen?
He gets him.
He shoots him right in the back. Yeah.
So she's trying to get him going too, and they eventually get cornered on a rooftop.
Yeah.
But while this is happening, our our lady cop is
Yes.
trying to convince Jonathan Rhys Davies, hey, something's happening.
Yeah, and he's like, damn it, why can't you just be a no cop like your cousin? And she's just like, what if I'm right about this giant like underlord like of a crime that's happening in your city? And he's like, interesting. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
He's constantly just like, I just don't want to be in the papers. Please let me just live.
That is his biggest concern, that he's going to end up being like, schmuck cop gives bad details to officers.
So Saber has them cornered on this roof,
Yeah.
and he gives like his villain monologue, and it's awesome because it's Peter O'Toole.
Yeah.
And then they close their eyes, they're about to die. We hear two shots, and of course, it's the cops. They've showed up with like shotguns, and they just shoot the shit out of Peter O'Toole.
Peter O'Toole falls from this rooftop in the middle of like Jerusalem. The whole crowd's like, holy shit. He also falls on what looks like a very holy spot. And the part that I wasn't expecting is all the coins spill out of his pocket. He just always walks around with all these very rare coins loose in his pocket.
That part made me wonder if that there was like the plot of him thinking that they had some supernatural power.
Well,
and that if he actually got the seventh one,
he'd be unstoppable. Yeah. When you brought it up earlier, I was like, that makes sense on why he'd have them all on him.
Yeah. And also, I think that this could have had. It felt very Indiana Jones, like Young Adventures of Indiana Jones, and there's always that little bit of element to those movies.
Well, you know what's funny is maybe that's the reason they didn't go with it, because they thought it would have been too Indiana Jones-esque, I thought. Or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't have minded it. He was a very scary villain. It would have it would have made sense to me.
Mm-hmm. And then the movie just kind of ends in that Roddy is going to be going back to America.
Yeah.
And Salim is staying in Jerusalem.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, they kissed.
We presume that they
kissed one more time.
I assume that they did a lot more than that.
Also, I like he's doing pretty well for someone who just got shot in the back. He recovers pretty quickly. Maybe, I don't know. But I also she gives him the coin, so he has it like safe. The cop is a full-blown detective now. I like that the captain, Jonathan Rhys Davies, is taking full credit for being the best supervisor of all time. He's like, I taught her everything.
He got into the papers, but it's good, so he's happy with it.
Yeah. And yeah, it's kind of just sad because it just ends with them like, well, they never saw each other again, most likely.
Yeah. They had this wild adventure, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
You know what? I like this movie quite a bit.
Yeah, it was good. Honestly, probably my least favorite part, I thought they went just a touch too far with it with the fake shooting at the end. Like they make a big deal with Saber being like, well, I have 2 bullets left, and then it cuts to black and you hear bang bang, and then it is just black for a couple seconds till it shoots back, and it's like, no, the cop shot him. It's like, yeah, man. I kind of thought that anyway. I would have liked to just see it.
Yeah, and I think that the middle drags like a little bit. Like it could have used a bit. I think if he had more goons, or if they made it clear what the coins did, because again, there's that element of, are they supernatural? Are they just worth a lot of money?
Yeah, because it does seem like he's just or like money hungry at first, and I don't know.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like, dude, you have 6 out of the 7.
I think just a little more clarification there. Yeah. But overall, I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I mean, I thought all the characters were really fun. Their chemistry, like you said, I was kind of not annoyed, but right at first, because they introduced Ronnie and her friend, who's like the typical like hot girl, like, I don't know, valley girl kind of thing. And I was like, oh, this is going to be our main girl. And then when it shifted to Ronnie, at first I was like, ah, but she was a way more interesting character. I was so happy that they did. And yeah.
Yes. Yeah. What were we giving this on IMDb or on Letterboxd?
On Letterboxd? I mean, I would lowest like 3.5. I could get talked into higher, honestly.
I would go with a 4.
Yeah.
I would go 4 stars.
I'm totally okay with a 4. Yeah.
On our standards, we could go 4 stars with this.
Definitely.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to follow us on Letterboxd or anywhere, you can follow us at Absolutely Obscure Podcast or Abs Obs Pod, depending on the thing. Some places Absolutely Obscure is too long. If you have any questions, comments, anything you want to send us, you can always email us at Absolutely Obscure Podcast. We appreciate if you guys share it, if you guys like us, if you leave us comments. We love hearing from you guys.
Yeah, or you can follow us individually too at Real Funny Josh or The True Rory.
Thank you to Aaron Campbell, handsomest man in comedy.
No, thank you to Aaron this time. Fuck Aaron. Not involved.
Fuck Aaron Campbell. No. Thank you to Lizz Kerschbaumer for producing this episode. Thank you, Liz. Prettiest girl in comedy. There we go.
There you go.
And thank you to Matt Prince for our theme music. And now, Josh, we get to do something we haven't done in a while.
Oh my god, this is
we
exciting.
Get to choose new movies to watch.
All right.
We will do just one movie this time because we also did get sent one by a director that we are going to cover on our next record, probably.
That's exciting.
But so I have 3 titles for you. Perfect. You get to choose from. We have Snipes, like Wesley.
Great.
We have I Love Us. And then we have Larceny. But it should be noted that it's the L and the A are capitals. So it's like Los Angeles Larceny.
Oh man, how come none of these titles make any sense with no description? They're all so fucking vague. Oh yeah. God. Snipes, LA Arsony, and what was the middle one?
I Love Us.
I Love Us. I don't think that sounds good at all. I could be wrong, but I think I'm gonna take a chance on L.A. Arsony.
L.A. Arsony. I can tell. I can tell you one thing for certain. This will be our second. Oh, don't worry. There wasn't any right choice this time, so don't worry about that. I can tell you that this will be our second Andy Dick feature that we cover.
For fuck's sake. It's not that same director, is it?
I don't think so, but I can't be positive. Larceny from 2004. This has a 4.2 on IMDb with 244 votes. And 30 people have seen this on Letterboxd.
Jesus.
A young man from New Jersey comes to Los Angeles to visit his slightly crazy cousin, wonder who that could be, and gets mistaken for successful New York artist.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, we're going to watch it. You guys can look forward to in the future. Thank you guys so much for listening, for watching. Take care. Bye.
Bye.